In Pioppi, sometimes just a little tarantella tune is enough to liven up the village square. When the first few musical notes resonate, Giovannina and Maria simply can no longer stay still. Given their sway, one might doubt it, but one is 89 years old. And the other, Maria, celebrated her 90th birthday last March. So it's not about dancing after 11 o'clock, leaving the villagers stunned. Ah, the Marias. Well done, Maria, you got this. Aren't you going to bed? We've got the whole night ahead. People who want to sleep, let them. That's just how it is. She is tireless, indestructible. She is the one whom the whole village calls the dancer, living on the coast, 150 kilometers south of Naples, in a region known as Cilento. Maria lives alone but spends little time at home. I go to church. Every time I go out, I do my hair. I was beautiful when I was young. Now, I'm old. Whether my hair is done or not, I'm old. Here, I have the photo of my husband. Maria has been a widow for 5 years. Her husband died at the age of 83. But in her family, they all lived close to 100 years. My father died at 94, my mother at 97. And I have sisters, they all died old. One brother died at 94, another at 97, and yet another at 98. I'm the only one left now. The life of this almost centenarian is marked by the church bells. No matter the distance, no need for a driver. Maria goes anywhere by walking, or rather by jogging. Hey buddy, are you going to Mass? What? To church? What? Wanna come along with me? Too early. Too early. Not even 6 yet. Anyway, Maria's running there. And then in the village, there are always old friends to chat with. Maria! Carmelina. Carmelina, make a little room for me. Move over here because my feet hurt. Are you tired, Maria? Tired? No. I never get tired. She never gets tired. What are your health problems then, Maria? I don't know, because thank God, I don't have any. However, Maria worked tirelessly in the fields all her life. Her parents were both farmers. In the pews of the small church, just like in the entire region, there are quite a few very elderly and healthy individuals. In Pioppi and the surrounding villages, out of 2,500 inhabitants, 50 are centenarians or almost centenarians. Most of them are in robust health. Here, very few suffer from serious heart problems and there is almost no Alzheimer's. This resistance intrigues scientists worldwide who have been trying to unravel the mystery for over 50 years.
You know the chief killer
One of the leading causes of death in the United States is cardiovascular diseases. The first to take an interest in it was this American, Hansel Keys, a renowned researcher and nutritionist. In the 60s, he settled in the region to uncover the secret of its inhabitants' longevity. He is struck by their low cholesterol levels and the absence of obesity. According to him, the main explanation would be the diet. In 1975, he published this book on what he calls the Mediterranean diet. This diet, many locals still follow it to the letter. Like Antonio, 90 years old. One of Maria's neighbors. I often read Zagor. I really like his small comic strips. It's about espionage programs, fights, but all that, it's science fiction, of course. For sure. When he's not immersed in his comics for teenagers, Antonio spends his time in his vegetable garden, which is 500 meters from his home. He has 3 children and 7 grandchildren. He is a widower, but his 3,000 square feet of land keep him busy. Every morning, from 6:30, the former construction worker picks what he needs for lunch. Zucchini flowers. There are peppers. Come. I leave them on the plant because I am not going to eat them today. And here, there are eggplants. And there you go. He grows all his fruits and vegetables without any chemicals. Here, I feed the pigs. In the middle of his vegetable garden and animals, the old man seems fulfilled. Come on, come on. I enjoy it. I spend a lot of time here. I feel good here. Antonio doesn't employ any domestic help. He cooks his garden vegetables himself. He buys almost nothing, and especially no industrial products. I am currently preparing beans with a potato and tomato and some onion and a bit of rosemary from the garden, known for its multiple virtues, especially anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. These are zucchini blossom fritters. But I don't fry things very often. Once a week, no more. Never in excess, even with wine. He never drinks more than 1 glass per meal. He also consumes a very small amount of meat and enjoys eating fish about once or twice each week. Since forever, the inhabitants of Cilento have eaten bluefish. Mackerel, sardines, anchovies, they are cheap and caught daily near the coasts. Rich in minerals and omega-3, they are beneficial in fighting bad cholesterol. Above all, they are not contaminated by toxic products. Without any industry nearby, the seabeds are particularly clean. The Cilento is a protected natural reserve, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. From the sea to your plate, it's just a few short meters away. Delivery at Ernestina's, who runs a family restaurant in the village of Acciaroli. All right, this one. Okay, sure. One moment. There's one that's getting away. It's still alive. I'd like some red mullets. Can I get some? Red mullets for frying? Bluefish and the Mediterranean diet are not the only secrets to longevity in Cilento. Here, many seniors remain very active even after 90, and it helps to keep them in shape. In the kitchen of Ernestina's restaurant, Rosa, 80 years old, the sister-in-law of her brother. And the most amazing of all, Ernestina's mother, who is currently 94 years old. Maria has never ceased to work. Every single day, she assists in preparing the specialties, pasta with seafood or acqua salé, which is a dish made from hard bread, ripe tomatoes, and a hint of fragrant olive oil. Gian Vincenzo. I need the breadcrumbs. Maria is preparing maruzella, anchovies stuffed with garlic, parsley, and breadcrumbs, a typical Cilento recipe. During the high season, she works 7 days a week alongside her daughter. The cheese, do we use this one or the other? This one. She arrives at 8:30 and leaves by around 8. Now, we are going to make cavatelli. Crafting homemade pasta is her tiny, everyday source of happiness. He only needs a wooden plank and a simple little crate placed on a chair to get ready for action. You carefully shape the dough into cavatelli using 2 fingers, just like this. Make them nice and light. In the past, we used to eat handmade pasta much more frequently. We grew our own wheat, made the flour from scratch. We did everything by ourselves. We would just keep working, and we worked extremely hard. We would make trips back and forth in the mountains, carrying the wheat on our heads, before we could finally sow it. We used to tirelessly work like that for entire days on end. Even today, at 94 years old, she produces up to 14 kilos of cavatelli per day. Pull, pull, pull. For us, she is the queen of the cavatelli. Maria is a volunteer. She's the one who insists on working at the restaurant to stay busy. Besides, when it closes, she loses her zest for life. During the winter, I stay at home, sometimes doing nothing. And when I remain still like that, I feel physical pain. So when I'm working, I feel like I'm in better shape. So, from time to time, we try to motivate her, and we tell her there's a cousin who would love some cavatelli. Right away, she starts. Maria's vitality is the driving force for the whole family, especially for the youngest generation. Alfredo, 19, ist Ernestinas Sohn und einer von Marias Enkeln. She is truly exemplary, because seeing her at 94 years old, working much more than the friends my age, it's a way to remind ourselves that life is infinite, and that even when we become old, we can live happily and content. Even though she's in great shape, Maria insists on seeing her doctor once a week. Oh, Maria, I changed offices. I'm better set up here, see? How are you? It's been a while since we last met. It means I'm well. Lately, with the restaurant, Maria hasn't had time for herself. Hello. I thought she was cheating on me because she used to come more often before. Dr. Buenadonna has been taking care of her for over a year. Noticing slight heart irregularities, he prescribed her medication. We definitely chose the right treatment because you're doing great. Physically, how old would you say she appears to be? I would say she's 70 years old. 70 years old? Oh, yes, really. But why does she come to see you then? She comes for the pleasure of seeing me and chatting with me. Maria is delighted, but already on her way. The cavatelli can't wait. Among Dr. Buenadonna's patients, many are over 90 years old. For him, beyond diet and physical activity, there might be another explanation for their longevity. Staying attentive to an elderly person solves half the problems they might encounter. Making her feel genuinely considered and truly valued is probably one of the very best medicines we could ever give her. That day, he pays a visit to his oldest patient, who happens to be the doctor. That's Maria's brother, the Queen of Cavatelli. Can you come in? Antonio, how are you? Antonio is 100 years old. Are you calm? And Amina? I'm here. I'm here. Hi, Amina. And Amina, 93 years old. Doctor, how are you? Antonio struggles to walk, but otherwise everything is fine. Extraordinary, excellent. Is he doing well then? Very well. So we can still bicker then? Yes, you will still be able to bicker. He is never going to die. How do you manage to stay so well, Antonio? I don't know. Yet, I fought in the war for 3 years. It was fire, 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 night and day. In the 40s. I don't know how I'm still alive. Amina takes very good care of her husband. Here, they say she takes care of it just like you would carefully nurture parsley growing in a pot. Antonio and Amina got married in 1950. He was a fisherman. She was a fruit and vegetable vendor. Together, they had 2 children and 3 grandchildren. Nearly 70 years of shared life and an immortal love. Amina even wrote a poem about the day they met. Her memory is intact. The fisherman, sitting on a rock. I saw a wave gently rolling in, when a small motorboat suddenly appeared, carrying a solitary fisherman on board. On his boat, he invited me to come aboard. We took a tour filled with sheer beauty. The moment became so enchanting that I ended up becoming the fisherman's wife.
Bravissima, brava Amina,
Superb!
brava.